Day 14 of the NBA playoffs 2012 has ended. And now to recap the one and only game tonight, which was the Grizzlies Clippers. And I'll get into tomorrow's games as well, which consists of the beginning of the second round and a game 7. But first I'm going to get on to this real quick. The Grizzlies and Clippers game 6. Grizzlies faced elimination. They came out swinging in the first quarter, getting up as many as 9 points. It looked like they were going to take this game over early and hold position the rest of the game, but the Clippers eased their way back into it behind the attack of Paul and Griffin, though I will say they had their worst games of the series, and it was the worst time to have it. Like, when Paul averaged usually 22 points a game before today's game, he only averaged 11. Or no, he only got 11, not average 11. And then Blake Griffin, he also was around the 20s too. He still had 17 points, but it was still his worst performance of the series, in my opinion. But nevertheless, it was only a 4-point game at halftime. The Clippers would end up tying the game heading into the fourth, both all knotted up, and the Clippers would get out to a huge bursting start. They would be up as many as 10. It looked like the Grizzlies were once again going to fall on the road again, and it looks like that letdown in game 1 when they gave up that huge run was going to come back to haunt them, and it would be the nightmare in Memphis. But no, they came back. They came back behind the attack of Marc Gasol and Rudy Gay and Mike Conley. They were getting stuff done. They were making it a 5-point game. They finally took the lead. And they were just working it and working it. It looked like the Clippers didn't even have an answer. And when Chris Paul usually excels in this quarter, he was nowhere to be found. He even missed a free throw, and he's usually one of their best free throw shooters at the fourth, especially in clutch time. And he missed it, man. And it's a shame. He even missed a layup. He missed a layup in the late jumpers of the game. And that's terrible at this stage in the game. But nevertheless, let's go down to the final minute where I mentioned Chris Paul missed a free throw. He did make one afterwards, making it a 4-point game. But then the Grizzlies go to the line, make 1 of 2. Then Blake Griffin got fouled, went to the line, and actually made both of them, surprisingly. And then this is where it all fell apart. With 24 seconds left, Tony Allen's going to the line after Blake Griffin fouled him. It looked like he had all ball. I thought it was a little bit, and I thought Tony Allen also traveled as well, but nevertheless, and I also mentioned before that when Tony Allen went to the line before Blake Griffin made his 2 free throws, that I thought Chris Paul actually had all ball, but nevertheless, it is what it is. So Tony Allen goes to the line, he misses both free throws, but on the second free throw, after the Grizzlies missed it, Randy Foye would grab the ball, but just the inch of his foot was out of bounds, and the Memphis Grizzlies get the ball back. This would be a killer, because they really needed that, and it was just deadly. And it would still be a 4-point game. Randolph would be fouled a second later to be going to the line. He missed the first one, but made the second one, making it a 5-point game. And then it looked like the Clippers were out of options now as Karam would miss a 3. But then Zach Randolph gets fouled again, but he misses them both. And then the Clippers rebound. They were trying to rush it down the court as quickly as they could. Karam, I believe it was out of bounds at one point. And then Randy Foye would make a 3-pointer with 3 seconds left, 90-88. And then this happens. They didn't even go back on defense except like maybe 2 people. They let the Grizzlies run out the clock. They let Rudy Gay or O.J. Mayo run out the clock, and the game was over. The Clippers got to get back on D. Everybody was. Like, 3 guys were standing around, and 2 people were only ones trying, and nobody was covering the other guy that whoever the Grizzly was who passed to that guy was, and nobody was on that guy. He was wide open, the game would be over, man. I mean, you got to be a lot smarter than that. I mean, you actually had a chance, as you can see, as the way Memphis was missing free throws, you got to be on the defensive end quickly. That is your first option, especially when you have no timeouts. I mean, the Grizzlies could have missed the two. I know it'd have been hard to do it, but I mean, miss them both and then make a miracle full quarter and then you win, or if they make one of two, then make the full quarter. You got the overtime, but no. I mean, that was just a little ridiculous. But nevertheless, the Grizzlies win 90-88. There will be another game 7, and it's gonna be Sunday on ABC. Oh man, you don't want to miss this one. This has been one of my favorite series this first round, man. I'm not gonna lie. This has been a thriller. I mean, I know these two teams are not like gladiators when it comes to the NBA world, but this is some entertaining stuff right here. Alright, but with that being said, let's preview tomorrow's game since that was the only game I had to do today. And I will say the player of the day was Marcus All, by the way. But anyway, tomorrow's games, we got the start of the second round, Philadelphia, Boston. I'm going to preview this series a little bit. Philadelphia just scraped by against an injured Chicago team. Boston has a lot of veterans, and they look pretty good despite almost blowing a Game 6 at home. But nevertheless, I don't think the 76ers have enough to win this series. So, and do I think they can win a game? Yeah, I think they can win one game, probably Game 3 or something. But I think Boston's playing too good right now. They're together. They're just as good as they were back in 2008 or 2010 when they made the finals. This is a deep, versatile Celtics team, and I don't think the 76ers have enough to overcome this. I will take the Celtics in 5, and that includes Boston winning Game 1 tomorrow. On the other hand, we have Denver and LA. Alright, Game 7. Well, let's recap the series beforehand. We'll at least give you a little brief interview. The Lakers blew out Denver in Game 1. Denver looked lifeless. Then Game 2, Denver made everything close. They made it close, but they made too many turnovers in the late stages of the game. Bynum and Kobe were taking over too much, and it would be a 4-point Laker win in Game 2. Game 3, Denver took LA at the opening front and never looked back. They won Game 3 by a count of 15 points. Game 4, Denver was knotted up with LA to the end until Ramon Sessions and Steve Blake hit critical three-pointers, which ended Game 4. Game 5, Andrew Bynum left comment that the series closing games are simple, but yet that statement backfires. The Nuggets would win by 4 points despite Kobe's 40 plus, and really Kobe missed the last 3 clutch shots, and Ramon Sessions missed a 3 that sealed their fate. Game 6 was more like Game 3. Denver took the opening punch. LA couldn't respond. Denver took, and this is how we got to this point. Denver, LA, Game 7. It's all on the line for both of these teams. Who do I think is going to win? I don't know, because Meta's coming back now, so this kind of changes things a little bit. But you know what? I still think the majority of the Lakers team is tired. They don't really want to do anything. They're not energized. They're not focused. Denver is playing like a team on a mission right now. They have enough size to compete with the Lakers. They have the run and gun style that the Lakers struggle with. And they have a better coach. Plain and simple. I think the Nuggets, I know the Lakers' history at home in Game 7. I know they only lost one time in 69 when the Celtics made a game winner and ended up taking the finals. But I think the Nuggets are going to beat the Lakers tonight. I really do. And this will be the 9th team that has come back from a 3-1 deficit. So with that being said, I got the Denver Nuggets taking Game 7 tonight. I could be wrong, but hey, that's the way predictions go. So be looking at Boston taking Game 1 and Denver knocking out the Lakers, which was set up for a Denver OKC series in the second round. And on that note, OKC and San Antonio got to be enjoying this right now. After they both got picked up sweeps over the Jazz and the Mavericks, they got to just be coasting, knowing that these two teams, that whoever wins these two series between the Clippers, Grizzlies, and Nuggets, Lakers, that they're going to be all worn out and they're going to be all rested. So by the time they come over there, they're going to be all drained, and I don't think they're going to have enough to muster a series win. So That's that on that point. But alright, check back in for day 15 tomorrow. Leave your comments below. I am out.